guys. As you can see, we've still got Rufus on one side there, so I'm not going to cover that page up, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But we're going to read Disney's Lilo and Stitch, Stitch Upon a Time, which is February 22nd. So let us begin. Once upon a time, read Lilo. Wait, said Stitch. Wait for what? asked Lilo. Snacks, said Stitch. He climbed off the bed and scampered to the bedroom door. You better not let Nanny hear you, warned Lilo. She thinks we went to bed. Stitch crept into the hall, lifted his big ears and listened. No, Nanny, he whispered. Then he dashed downstairs and into the kitchen. Soda, pineapple, pickles, coleslaw, recited Stitch, peering into the fridge. Pineapple, pickle, coleslaw sandwich. Lilo tiptoed up behind him. You can't put all that in a sandwich, she whispered. Yah! Shouted Stitch. Sorry, whispered Lilo. I didn't mean to startle you. What is going on here? Demanded Nanny, storming into the kitchen. Stitch wants a snack, Lilo explained. It's not time for snacks, Nanny said. She shut the refrigerator door and marched them back both upstairs. It's time for bed. Story, said Stitch as he climbed into bed and held up the book. Time for story, please, Lilo asked. She and Stitch both blinked their big dark eyes at Nanny. Nanny sighed and said, Oh, all right, but it had better be a short one. Goody, cried Stitch as Nanny climbed into bed too. After Nanny settled in... Sorry, I've got Rufus upside down looking right at me. These little rascals. Once upon a time there was a sad little puppy named Stitch, cried Stitch. Lilo continued. There was a sad little puppy named Stitch. He was sad because he was lost. Lost? Repeated Stitch. Lilo passed the book to Nanny and said, Your turn. Then Nanny began to read. But one day he met a little girl named Lilo, whispered Lilo. Nanny smiled. He met a little girl named Lilo. Then Nanny continued reading the story until she reached the very end. And they lived happily ever after. Nanny finished shutting the book. Ever after, murmured Stitch, closing his eyes. Even after, echoed Lilo, closing her eyes. Nanny waited until they were both sound asleep, and then headed downstairs for a snack. Maybe she'd have a pineapple pickle coleslaw sandwich. Oh, Rufus, yeah, the little rascal. So if you like that star, don't you attack me. So if you like that story, click like, and if you'd like to see more, click subscribe. And the next one, if I can turn the page without Rufus beating me, is Pinocchio. Follow your stars. Thank you. Bye-bye.